so happy Bua came back, and Bua came back to do exactly that कि तुमने गलत किया Noor Jahan. Okay, so what else am I watching these days? Can I please beat him up? We cannot jump into our screens and beat people up. Thank God for that. Hi, welcome back to So Much Drama with me, your host Khizra Munir. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about two things. One, the very obvious, Noor Jahan. Yes, the drama's over, but I think we all need some closure. I think we all need to have a little bit of a conversation about the last two episodes and how they pulled us in two very different directions. I'm just going to jump in. First of all, the second last episode was everything our drama-hungry souls needed. The reality check moment for Noor Jahan, for her sons to sort of be like bus. You know, like how they say it in those Indian dramas, like bus, bus, bus. It was one of those moments where Noor Bano's revenge finally starts checking in, tuck, it all falls into place, where Noor Jahan's world literally falls apart. Hunaid leaves. I saw a lot of conversations online that, Hunaid, didn't defend Safina. He literally left for Insia. He still didn't defend his wife, but actually he did. He came running in when Safina was slapped, and he was like, how can you slap my wife? She was the best of your bahus. I don't know if someone missed that, but Hunaid says it. She was your most obedient bahu who's done so much for this house. How can you slap her? Yes, at the end of the day, I hate that is what it is. And I mean, in ideal situations, that should be, that is a moment that changes a lot of men. But he's like, I can't have my daughter growing up in a home where she is hated, where you can't tolerate the sight of her. So, props to Hunaid for having that moment. But also, why did it take Insia being treated badly? It should have started when Safina didn't get a birthday wish. But anyways, skip to that. Then Safir finally deciding I told you, don't mess with my wife. But you messed with my wife. And look at us now. We're leaving. Bye. That moment when Maha's don't you feel sort of emasculated? Don't you feel you're a grown man and you're still mummy's little boy? And for him to say, I do feel strange that I'm a married man, I'm a grown man, I have a child, and I still have to listen to what my mom says. So for him to actually say that was the moment. Then Murad had already gone. And then that moment where, remember in the last episodes, I was like, what is going to happen to Murad? What is Noor Bano going to do with Murad? And we had that moment where she's holding her father's kurta and she's like, this is what you murderers did to my father, and I cannot. And I kept saying, Murad, just say sorry to her. But he didn't say sorry to her. Sunte, nobody listens to me. But he had that moment where you could see it on his face, where he was like, I'm sorry. I wanted to say it, but what was I supposed to say? And to be honest, what was he supposed to say? Hi, we're having this moment and you're being really nice to me, but I'm really sorry I killed your father, or I was part of that whole situation. I punched your father. Yes, it's a tricky situation, but you ended up being the reason her father passed away. So that moment, and then to end on the gun moment, the cliffhanger moment, which, to be very honest, yes, Murad had nothing left. Hunaid had Safina and Insia. Safir got Maha and his son. Sumbul got married and moved on. Murad got nothing. Murad is the one who sort of was in Noor Bano's corner the whole time, and Murad is the one who had nothing in the end. So, it just made sense for him to be okay, fine. I have nothing left now. I love you. You're pregnant with my child. I thought life was going to be happily ever after now. And this is what's happening. I'm just going to kill myself. And the drama ends there. And I was just like, this is the stuff that we pay for. But we don't pay for it. But honestly, that cliffhanger was the moment. And then I made the mistake of watching the preview of the next episode. And I saw everyone smiling. And I saw everyone looking happy. And I was like, what is this shit? Sorry. What is going on? Why is everyone looking happy? And why is Noor Bano in this group photo? So when I saw that trailer, I was really put off. Like, there's this bad taste in my mouth. Like, this is not what I come here for. This is not the drama content I come here for. So I was like, last episode's gonna be shit. Fine, I need closure. I'm still gonna watch it. Gotta end the drama. You know, I have to go do an episode and we're gonna talk about Noor Jahan. So let's watch it. And to be fair, and how I would say it is, it was a very pada likha ending. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It was a very pada likha ending. It opened up conversations which I didn't know we were ready for in Pakistani dramas, and I don't know if we're still ready for Pakistani dramas. The conversations that I've had are with like-minded people from my own friends circle so far. I checked up on Reddit, and it was the same conversation. So maybe I'm preaching to the choir, or like listening to like a choir I'm familiar with. But it didn't end the way I had expected. Like, in the end, I expected like Noor Jahan would be the one to shoot herself and kill herself if I was writing the script, or if like any typical person would write the script. But it didn't end that way. It ended on reconciliation. It ended on the whole family coming together. But it ended because Noor Jahan self-reflected. Like, she had these moments of like sitting alone and going through everything and realizing that she was projecting. She had internalized all the misogyny that she had faced, and she was projecting because obviously, let's think about it. And I think it's a refreshing moment that a drama has actually made us think about it, where last time I was just like, Noor Jahan is horrible and this sass is just so mean to her bahus. But at the same time, now I'm just like, she was also a woman. She fell in love with a guy. She married him. She tried to have like a happy life with him. But all she got was like tanas, and she got like taunts and like disrespect from him, from her in-laws, and also from Mukhtar Shah, who was constantly telling her how she brought shame to her family, how she ruined his family, how she is the scum of the earth, essentially. So I guess that's gotta build up inside you and turn you. I mean, who remembers when we were kids and a teacher was mean to us and we were like, I'm gonna grow up and become a teacher and be mean to kids? I mean, we all grew out of it, thank God. And I hope all the teachers grew out of it. But like, we all had that thought when we were like 6 or 7. Noor Jahan was older, but she's prone to have those moments too. So it's a very natural thing for you to sort of have all this built up inside and be like, I want to be in a position of power where I can channel this on someone. And so she did. It's not what she should have done, but she did it. And so the drama made us understand that. And Noor Jahan's monologue, the letter she writes to, the voice note that she sends her sons, I love how we're bringing like everyday technology into this. The voice note she sends her sons, the letter she writes Noor Bano, and how she then asks Noor Bano, I love how she was like, I'm not in a position to be apologizing to you because I'm older. We need to have like conversations about that. Older people can apologize too, mom. But I like that part where she was like, you can change this, Noor Bano. We don't have to continue this for like decades and decades. Who remembers having cousins who were really cool, who you liked, but you couldn't hang out with them, or you couldn't like meet them or call them or have that childhood because your parents didn't get along. Your parents, who were probably siblings, didn't get along. So naturally, it was passed down to you that you could now not build relationships with those cousins. With how many of us have grown up that way? This is like Desi Life 101. So that's literally what Noor Jahan is telling Noor Bano to change. Why should our kids grow up in that mahal? Why should the brothers grow up that way? Why should we just carry this baggage with us for generations? And then for Noor Bano to understand that. For Noor Bano, we should to be like, I will break this generational trauma ka cycle. For them to use the word generational trauma, I was like, wow, this is very pada likha. But like talking to my mom and like explaining to her the whole like situation, and I was like, you know what? This is quite refreshing. And maybe we should have content like this where, because it's a mass medium, it's a mass platform, maybe these lessons should be passed down to people. Maybe people should be seeing this. Maybe they should have access to this voice note that Noor Jahan wrote, or recorded, or the voice or the letter that Noor Bano, or the monologue that Noor Bano had, that I will break this generational curse. This generational trauma has to end with me. Let's just, like, if someone realizes they messed up and they've been humbled and they've had that massive lesson where, like, the 3 sons she built her entire life and, like, legacy on left her, she's had a humbling moment. She can be forgiven. And I think that was a really big moment where Noor Bano still comes out on top, that she forgave, she let this family be. And I think that is really interesting, because a really long time ago I had this conversation with someone. I was like, why are we only seeing Saas Bahu dramas, or like husband cheating dramas, or the other woman dramas, or like red light area dramas? Why are we only seeing this? And the director was like, that's the content that sells. That's the content that gets ads, and that's the content that people watch. That's the content that viewers love. Noor Jahan is like an insane hit. Like, desis all over the world are obsessed with Noor Jahan. So clearly, people have a palate for, like, mindful content, for content that gives you constructive messaging, and I'm here for it. So hats off to the entire cast. Hats off to the director Musaddiq, who, like, that direction was just on point. Hats off to everybody involved except for Safina's stylist. Okay, so what else am I watching these days? Any guesses? I know, it's an easy guess. Kabhi Mein Kabhi Tum. I'm watching that these days, but I'm not going to do that in this episode. I feel like that needs an episode on its own, that has a lot of conversations, that has a lot of layers. It's like fueling our soul in different ways. So we're going to have that conversation later. It's not happening right now. We're going to talk about the drama associated with this drama. What is happening? I'm just going to catch you up on it. There is this artist in Ghodki, Saifi Sumro, who was also probably watching the drama, or people he knows were watching the drama, and they spotted his paintings. Paintings that he did not volunteer for this drama, paintings that he had volunteered for something completely different, and he did not get them back, and they were apparently lost, which is what was communicated to him. And suddenly to see like your hard work on this major show, which is getting accolades from around the world, which probably has like massive budget, you're sitting at home thinking, what's going on? Like, did I miss out on something? So obviously this artist put out a statement on Facebook referencing the drama, or putting up screenshots of the picture of the paintings that he had lost, and this post went viral. First of all, it went viral for all the right reasons, because yes, artists should be credited, artists' work should be respected. If you're taking something from an artist, credit them, give them what they deserve, ask them the bare minimum. But then it also went viral because we love to hate things. And when something's doing well, when something's thriving, we're just like, this is something that I can drag it down with. So it also went viral for that reason. I mean, you know it did. You, like, a lot of the comments are like, Dekha, ye to hona hi tha. So, like, I'm glad it went viral because he deserves justice. But a lot of you know why you shared that post. So what's happening now? The production house put out a statement, a pretty well-worded statement, where they said that they respect the rights of every artist and their work, and they would never source anything that is without permission. They're just like, we would not do this. They also clarified that the paintings were already installed in the house that they rented for the shoot. So they're like, we literally booked this house, we went in, shot, everything was as is, the furniture, the paintings, everything already was there. So it's a horrible situation. We hate that this happened to this artist. He should get justice. But we promise हमने नहीं किया. So that's what the statement from the production house was. So who is responsible here? I feel like Frere Hall has to answer for this, because like the painting was there and then apparently you told the artist that the painting was lost. So I mean, I'd like some information. I think we all want some answers. We all want the artist to either be compensated fairly, because the value of those paintings has gone up now. It's a famous painting now. So either compensate him fairly or return his work, because you told him it was lost. And I'm hoping we see some productive closure to this drama about a drama we all love. Okay, so OG drama watchers will know that these weekly dramas aren't like the authentic drama experience. The OG drama watchers know that you have to go down the rabbit hole of daily dramas, because that is where the anxiety is. That is where the frustration is. That is where you want to pick up something and throw it at the screen, or be like, oh my God, I want to jump into this TV and beat this character up, because like, how is this person so blind? I have jumped down that rabbit hole, because that's like my bonding time with my family, which I mentioned that the one thing Pakistanis have is the ability to watch Pakistani dramas without needing to forward something or look away awkwardly, because it's family friendly. Even though we say a lot of stuff in dialogues which is very like suggestive and stuff, but like we all pretend like we didn't hear it. But it happens. So that's my bonding time with my mom and my aunt. We watch these daily dramas, we sit and we rant, and a lot of the daily dramas are exactly what we love to hate. The Saas Bahu drama, the evil sisters drama, the evil puppy drama. These are stereotypes that I'm going to get into later. The rich mom-in-law who doesn't want a middle-class bahu drama, the technocrat father-in-law who wants his son to marry his business partner's daughter so that the businesses stay within the family. It's everything we love to hate. And oh my God, I cannot, I'm an educated person. I know right from wrong. I know all of these things, and every day I'm planted on that couch watching these dramas and doing my chores and watching the screen, and my mom is just like, what's wrong with you? This is still going to be happening tomorrow and the day after. Please go have your food or do whatever you're doing and take your eyes off the screen. But I can't. It's literally how years ago when we used to be obsessed with Indian soaps, and the end used to end on Tum, and then you were just like, shit, who is it? And the next day you would tune in to see who Tum was, and she opens it, Tum, oh Shanta-bai tum aa gayi, and then you're just like I cancelled plans for this. And because things weren't on YouTube then, so you had to cancel plans to find out who Tum was at the other side of the door. So that's literally what daily soaps are about. What am I recently watching? I'm watching a drama about a rich man with evil sisters. I'm watching a drama about a bubbly kind of young girl who is an orphan, surrounded by family, and she's having engagement after engagement after engagement, to the point where it appears offensive and very disrespectful and disgusting. And then there's another one I'm watching Bismil. It's very difficult watching Bismil, but I'm watching it because it's one of those shows that is also weekly. So, you're used to that 8 p.m. slot. You're used to sitting in that 8 p.m. slot and finding good content. It has Noman Ijaz in it. It has Savera Nadeem in it. I love both of them. They're both so they present themselves as super classy in the dramas and everything. And they're so well poised. And Savera I love because I saw her in Noor Jahan and she was just so amazing in that. So I'm watching it for Savera. But the daily soaps, bro. I feel like daily soaps are enough to make you not want to get married, not want to have sisters, not want to have older brothers. There's a drama I'm watching where the younger brother is like, tum ye nahi karogi, तुम कैसे कर सकती हो, तुम like you're like disrespecting the family. And this younger brother is basically, he does nothing but gamble, he does nothing but steal, he doesn't go to school, he doesn't go to college, he sits around and loafs around on his butt all day. But like his sister, who is very nice, very sharif, and constantly being like cheated on and disrespected by other people, he's constantly like, how can you disrespect our family, how can you like bring disrepute to our family? And I'm just like, can I please beat him up? But like, that's a physical limitation that we all have. We cannot jump into our screens and beat people up. Thank God for that. I don't know how to fill the hole that is Noor Jahan, and I don't think this is the same time slot, but I'm finding a bit of solace in Tamasha. It is like the Pakistani Big Boss. And it's not bad, you guys. Like, with the limitations that... I mean, look, Pakistani content has certain limitations. We can't show any intimate scenes. We can't bare too much skin. We can't have like characters kissing and hugging and all of these like personal scenes. So imagine working with those limitations, and you will understand the contrast of that and how hard it is to do that when you watch anything on Netflix. Because like last time I was like, you know, a lot of Pakistani scripts could be written by my cat. A lot of Netflix scripts could be written by all of us. It's literally a story and then lots of nudity and lots of like sex and gore and stuff. So to not have those crutches, I'm going to call them crutches, to not have those crutches and to have to actually build actual narratives based on dialogue and a story, I think it's a feat. I think that is where we excel. And also, like, if you've watched Big Boss, a lot of Big Boss is based off like the internal romances that bloom within, like, between the housemates, the girls in their, like, you know, looking cute in their little shorts and their little night suits and their daily outfits. Our girls cannot do that. It doesn't matter who dresses how personally, but obviously on television they can't sleep in shorts, or they can't like actually show on screen, because it's a live show, it's a real show, it's not a scripted drama, as far as we know, that there's a romance blossoming between two people. Maybe later when they leave the house we'll realize that there was a romance blossoming, but like, you can't show that. So keeping all those parameters in mind, I don't think Tamasha is that bad at all. I think it's really interesting. The characters are sweet, they're cute, they're trying to be cool, they're funny. They do their glow-ups. It's not bad at all. I'm enjoying it. I mean, I know a lot of people are hooked on it, and a lot of us, I'm admitting it on camera, a lot of people will not admit it, but they watch it. Last year I saw a lot of content creators make content on Natasha, who was one of the standout characters last time, because she was that one like screaming wala person, the one like, tum kya kar rahe ho? Because you need that one character in every like season, and Natasha was that character. So a lot of people did memes on her and like videos on her. This time I haven't really figured out who that one character is, but I'm still liking it. I feel like it's like that gap is slightly being filled. There's a new drama on the horizon. It has Wahaj and Maya Ali in it. I'm not sure about how that's going to be. So till then, I'm gonna make do with Bismil. Even though Bismil is like a home wrecker story, and that gives me so much anxiety. It's just watching homes being wrecked. It's just not nice. It's just not a nice feeling. You're just like, why are you doing this? Don't do it. But obviously, ads milte hain. But yeah, Tamasha, check it out. It's not bad. It's cute. I think it's cute. The house is nice. I don't know. Okay, guys, no jokes. Next week, we're definitely going to talk about Kabhi Mein Kabhi Tum. What should we talk about? Like, there's so much to talk about. There's so many different characters you want to talk about. There's so many different layers that you want to talk about. There's so much, like, ranting we want to do. And there's so much, like, nice stuff we want to say about the drama. But I think everybody wants to discuss something. Everyone's got, like, an opinion. What's your opinion? What do you want me to discuss? What do you want me to rant about? I think we all understand that I have a bit of a rant queen situation going on. So like, what should I rant about next week? How do we want to love and hate Kabhi Mein Kabhi Tum? Tell me, drop it down in the comments. I'd love to read it. I read all the comments. Leave comments, please. Thank you. Bye. This is me signing out with so much drama. I'm so happy Bua came back, and Bua came back to do exactly that. कि तुमने गलत किया Noor Jahan.
Come back, and also on the swing, the other character that we loved.
Who?
Bua was on.
Yes, Bua was on the swing. That, you know, the voice of reason for Noor Jahan. Bua was there, and for Noor Jahan to break down, or like, you know how like throughout the show she's dismissive. Every time Bua is like, तुमने गलत किया, ये क्या कर रही हो, ऐसे क्यों कर रही हो, and Noor Jahan is like. And this time she broke down. Like, we saw the vulnerable side. Like, she's like, I messed up. I mean, that was the I have messed up Bua moment, where Noor Jahan is a child and Bua is like the older woman being like, I told you so. But it's okay. Let's try to make it better. So, yeah, thank God for Bua. And yes, Bua. Like, I love Bua.